So if this video has been helpful, I want to use this opportunity to solicit for your support. Watch this video to the end.
Please watch this video to the end.
Yes. So watch this video to the end. The only way you show that this information that we're sharing, that we're not wasting time, that is helpful, is when you click the like button and when you drop a comment. When the engagement is much, YouTube knows that this video is good, so they show it to more people like you, people looking for this information. They show it. But if you don't engage, you just watch, you laugh, you go, you jot down, but you don't engage, you don't like, you don't drop a comment, you are actually just doing us a disfavor. Also, I want to say
doing other people a disservice too.
Yeah, and you're also doing other people a disservice because you're restricting YouTube from showing them this information. Hey guys, welcome back again to part 2 of this collaboration with Olola Dizadi. So, we have been talking about Tier 4 student visa application to the UK. If you haven't watched the part 1 of this video, you are missing. You need to go watch the part 1 because it's a progression of the information that we shared. We're talking about the visa interview in this particular video. Last video, we talked about the documents,
application, tuberculosis test,
costs. I'm still shocked because I'm like, man, you paid a lot of money. Well, we're not doing this to scare you, but you know, as it is, depending on where you're watching me from, the visa fees vary and the processes and the different things you have to pay for vary. But if you do a lot of things by yourself, which I didn't have to pay a lot of money. But if you're running out of time, you will need priority service, assisted service, and all the likes.
And my pro tip that I gave in that part 1.
Hey, he gave a pro tip, you know.
You can't watch, I won't say it here, so you can't watch part 1.
So we don't end up repeating everything. Welcome back to the channel, and do give this video a thumbs up. And before we get going, if you have any questions that we haven't covered at the end of this video, drop it in the comment section and we will answer that for you. Also, if you have a different experience, you know, depending on your country, please share it in the comment section to help people. All right. So we're going to be talking about our visa interview experience. You had a visa interview?
Yes.
I had a visa interview.
Oh, nice.
But that was 2020, a week after my interview. Because of coronavirus rules changing, they were kind of slow, the visa application. This week, some people would do their biometrics. They can't do interview next week. So it was just very uncertain. And there were backlog of students. Wow. When did you do your interview? Can you remember the month?
I think October.
October?
Yeah.
Oh, that means interview came back after October because I did my interview in August 2020.
Yes, and I know they
A
stopped.
week after my interview, there was no longer physical interview.
As a matter of fact, I think this was one of the reasons why I did on the. So I'm going to quickly explain something. When I was doing my visa application, I was looking for a date for my biometrics and interview, and there was no date popping up on their site.
Yeah.
So I remember one of my friends that is also here studying for his masters. I called him up and I was like, "Oh, this is what is going on," and he was like, "Yo, go to the office."
Oh, walk in.
Yeah, go and do a walk-in interview.
And that is expensive.
Or the pro tip that I gave in part 1.
Oh, I get. Oh my God.
Exactly. The pro tip that I gave in part 1.
And you had to pay for that.
Yeah, of course you have to pay for that. And I think generally you should probably just do the pro tip if you can, or do a walk-in.
Especially if you're running out of time.
Especially if you're running out of time, or if there is no date on
if you can't find a date, you can walk into the visa application center and you pay for it, and then you have your biometrics, and you have to go with all the documents that you uploaded on your visa application portal. You have to go with original, original is for citing.
Original is for citing,
then
but they'll collect photocopies.
They will collect it. You need a passport photograph as well.
Yes.
And the international, you need everything that you
They will give you a checklist of documents that you've uploaded and you need to bring for citing.
Which we talked about in the first video.
So just make sure that you have those. Remember in the last video I mentioned having to overcharge than to undercharge, meaning bring as much copies as possible, especially in terms of the the documents that they originally need to cite for your visa application, right? So you just make sure that so what I did was that I had a separate folder for my original copies and the photocopies that they will need of those originals that needed to be submitted, and then I had my extra copies in a separate folder just in case.
So that you avoid had I known.
Exactly, and you avoid that, and you also avoid wasting your time, because so that when they ask for, they need a copy for this, you know where you can pull it out from. And at the same time, they say they need an extra copy for this, you know where you can pull it out from, so that you don't mix things up as well.
Yeah, and then if you need to arrive very early. See, those policemen out there in that place, the securities, even when you have a reservation, people can chance you at the entrance.
In fact, I don't know how it was for you in Abuja, but
I always know Abuja is always saner than Lagos.
Exactly. In fact, I recently moved to Abuja shortly before I came for my studies here.
Yeah, and you saw the difference.
The difference is as clear as black and white. It's very free. In fact, you can decide to wake up at 8 o'clock if you are going to cut at 9. You cannot do that in Lagos. So my own is if you're in Lagos and you're going to do your interview, even if your interview is at 1-2 p.m., which is actually very rare, to be very honest.
It's always between 9
and 11 and 1.
Yeah.
Maximum 1. If you have an afternoon session, you're lucky. You're actually lucky. But regardless of whatever time your interview is, please, I would rather prefer that you are waiting at least an
2
hour.
hours.
Let us be considerate.
Because you have to join the queue.
No, when I say an hour, people in Lagos will understand me that of course they are going to leave their house like 3 hours earlier, and they'll still not arrive on time. And they'll still not arrive on time. So
sorry.
If unfortunately you picked your interview for 8 a.m. in the morning,
you have to go there by
just
at
make sure
least
that
7 a.m. you are there.
At least 7 a.m. you are there, so that 30 minutes you can prep. You can prepare yourself, and trust me, the interview is actually really easy.
And one thing you should go with the interview venue is your invitation.
Yes.
That date that you secured. That date they will send you an email that you have secured your interview on this.
So you need to print out.
Because they will chance you. They say, all those people, they like money. They just want to collect money. Let me share once I got down from the Uber that carried me. Madam.
Yes, it's first
let me print your documents for you. I'm like, I already printed my documents.
Initially, you have to just make sure you print everything out.
I already printed my documents. No. In fact, Abuja owns, you are not allowed to enter the venue where they confirm your document. It's a different venue.
Yes.
So you go there, confirm your document, come back, and then you will join a very long queue. See, the queue is always long, whether it's your time or not. And because people that have their interview by 12, they are already there by 9. You're already taking the queue, so you have to be there very patient. I was very patient. What did you wear?
No, I actually wore
a shirt and jean.
Yeah,
shirt and jean. I think I just wore a corporate dress and a flat shoes. That's what I wore.
Just be properly dressed.
Just properly dressed, okay?
Just be properly dressed.
Don't dress as if you are going to the markets. Just dress as though you're going to work.
Exactly. Exactly. Dress as if you're going to work. Or dress as if you're going for like a casual meeting.
Yeah. Not a social or just
don't dress as if you're going.
Don't wear polo.
Yes. Don't wear short sleeve.
But if a shirt is short sleeve, it's corporate now.
No. I'll rather wear long. Even if it's if you're going to wear a round neck, a round neck like what I'm wearing it's okay actually. It's casual, but then of course
you have to wear corporate shoes.
Of course you have to wear corporate shoes or chinos, chinos, corporate shoes to pimp it up. Our point is, just look good.
You don't look like a hoodlum.
Exactly.
Look good, because those people are just looking for one thing or the other to tell you, oh, you need to go and change. It's so annoying that you are at that venue and they tell you go and change.
And that thing is, of course, in Nigeria, one of the major stereotypes is if you're like me, you're carrying beards.
Beards, and you're not.
I am always very well groomed. I can't even lie. I take proper care of my beard. I spend money on it, but again, if you do not have a quote unquote beard routine, like I would say, and you're a guy, please just make sure that for that day
you're properly
groomed.
And as a lady, please pack your hairs to the back.
That's not the day to go flaunt your hair. Guys, don't go with bushy hair. Don't go with. There's a difference between you having afro and it's neat and nice, and you just having
scattered, like you don't care.
Like you don't care.
When you're going to collect your passport, by all means wear bomb shorts if you want to. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
But that day of the biometric capturing and interview, please go well dressed, okay? We don't want stories that touch.
Exactly.
Because right from the gate you'll be judged.
And believe me, you can look like how I'm looking right now and still go for your biometric. I actually looked exactly like this going for my biometric.
I think what I'm wearing is okay. It's because the material is linen, and if I wear a corporate shoe,
if you throw a jacket on this,
if I throw a jacket on there, of course I'm so good. But I'm just saying, even if I don't have a jacket on, if I wear corporate shoes because I have a belt, then I'm good to go.
As well.
So the dressing is just very formal. Now let's talk about the capturing. When I went in, you need patience. You need patience, and you need to be fast as well. So you first obtain your document, tell you to sit down, and then your name will be inserted on the screen, your number. So you have to be observing the screen. When your name pops up, they'll tell you the room number, the office number you're going.
I have to share this. On the day of my interview, there was someone that actually missed their two people. The first person missed their number for
the person wasn't looking at the screen
for the submission of their documents. And again, I think that person, these two people were actually lucky that on that day the place was not filled up. Like scanty chairs. We were barely 20 people in a room. I think that's probably because of the COVID situation. Honestly, if not, I am very sure that the fact that they missed their number, they
weren't watching the screen.
Because
what happened?
They were just lucky. That person missed his number, and they told him to go back down. So he was just lucky that they just said, okay, just go back
down and start afresh,
and just start afresh and then come back up again.
Because nobody's going to be calling your number. You have to look at the screen. When your name comes up as number 1.
Once your number comes up like this,
your name comes up, they'll show
nobody's going to tell you. Nobody's going to say next.
Stand up.
Just stand up and go to the booth. Same thing for the interview as well. You have to also be very. In fact, forget document submission. For document submission, you can come back and do it. You see that interview, once you miss your interview, because another thing is that the person interviewing, you might be the last person they are going to interview. So once you miss that interview and the person gets up from their seat, that is it. Meaning you have to go back. You're not going back down. You are going back to go and rebook an interview date, and of course you have to pay for that.
That's very unfortunate.
You have to pay for that, and especially if you're in a hurry. Trust me.
So don't let that happen.
Don't let that happen, please.
So you guys, let's watch the art, like this video, share. Appreciate Olola for coming back a second time. If you haven't watched the part 1 of this video, do well to watch. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section, and
don't forget to click the subscribe button.
Oh yeah.
Canary Wharf and bank.
Canary Wharf is like the Silicon Valley of the UK, basically.
In terms of finance.
Oh well, whatever it is, I don't know.
So our point is, cheers.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, do your.